I love it. All right, well, listen, I don't have any opening remarks or anything. You guys just fire away with some questions, I guess.
Take now, DA, what are your secondary impressions of it, having looked at it and soaked it in a day later?
Look, I think our guys played with emotion and with energy. I thought they went out and executed, and I thought we did the things that we needed to do to win this game. Certainly, there's some things that we've got to clean up. There's certainly some things we have to do better, but yet we did the things that we needed to do in that particular game. And so we're in here today. We're making the corrections that we need to make, offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. And then we'll get ready to move on to Miami.
Defensively, in terms of assignment and execution, was it about as clean a game as you guys have had this season, or in that vicinity?
Yeah, look, I think just in general, defensively, I think that's probably as well as we've played. I think our ability to get up on their receivers and disrupt on the line of scrimmage and not allow free access into the defense. I think that in conjunction with our pass rush, which I think affected the quarterback, and I think maybe even more than anything else, I thought our tackling was outstanding in the game. There was very little run after catch on these completions. There was a lot of catch tackles when they were able to complete the passes. So in that aspect, I thought that was outstanding.
Related to that, DA, how important is Gardner-Johnson to y'all when it comes to tackling? I mean, it seems like he's like a force in that department.
I'm going to have to get you to repeat that question. It's kind of breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, just when you're talking about tackling, how important is C.J. Gardner-Johnson in that? It just kind of seemed like he was all over the place last night.
Yeah, look, I mean, they're all important in that. Certainly, I feel like Chauncey played one of his better games. Chauncey played discipline. Chauncey executed his job, and he played with, passion and energy, and that's what we expect out of him. The deal with him is really always locking in on all the little bitty details, and I thought he did a good job of that this week.
Hey, Dennis, do you, when you do things like last night, and you've been in this league a long time, obviously, I know going back to Atlanta, when you don't allow a team to have snaps in the red zone and you shut out the team that's scoring 31 points per game, that doesn't happen very often. Do you even have to kind of double check or kind of blink a little bit when you look at some of those advanced stats and things like that?
No, look, I mean, obviously, it was a great team win, and I felt like we played really good on defense. But to be able to do those things, you can't turn the ball over. You have to be able to play the field position game. You have to be able to pin them down there when you have opportunities to pin them down there and make them go the long, hard way. And look, they took over the ball one time on the 43-yard line, and that was the best field position that they had all night, and that was the one opportunity that they had that they missed the field goal. So a lot of the things that we felt like we needed to do to win the game, we were able to accomplish.
Hey, Dan, how do you approach this week, knowing that Sean will eventually come back, but you don't necessarily know when that will be?
Yeah, I think we got to approach it really basically the same way we approached last week. We all know that we've got a job to do, and certainly we're hoping that Coach is back sooner rather than later. But like I said before, he's prepared all of us for the job at hand. Most of us have been with him long enough that we know exactly what's expected of us. The players know exactly what's expected of them. And we kind of operate, business as usual. And hopefully, like I said, we'll have him back in the building sooner rather than later. And we'll be following his lead.
How involved was Sean able to be on Friday and Saturday? Like, was he still in virtual meetings with you guys, or did he kind of take a step back and just let y'all handle Saturday and then moving forward?
Yeah, I think he let us know exactly what he wanted to see from us, and what he felt like we needed to do to be able to win this game, and then allowed us to go out and do our job. I think he had a lot of faith and trust in all of us, players, coaches, staff, everybody, to do our job. And that's a product of building a great culture. And Sean established that back in 2006, and it's maintained all the way through now in 2021.
DA, can you get into why you gave the game ball to the entire team last night?
Yeah, because this was not a normal situation. We had a lot of guys that were out, and including our head coach, and for our guys to kind of come together and band together and do whatever it took and whatever was necessary to win the game. I just felt like, and honestly, to be quite honest with you, like every game you win is a team game ball, because this is the ultimate team game, and it's not, it's played by individuals but won as a team.
When you hear that DeMario wanted to give a game ball to you, what does that mean to you?
Look, I appreciate it, but again, this was about our team, and this was about our guys went out and executed a plan as well as they could execute. And that's what wins in our league. And so, man, this is a player's game, and I felt like our players went out and performed.
Dennis, what did it feel like to be back in the head coaching spot last night? Like, did it feel at all like it did, 8 or 9 years ago in Oakland or whatever it was when you were head coach, or did it feel different? How would you kind of describe that?
Well, look, totally different feeling. On a couple of different fronts. Really, I was trying to, fill in for Coach and trying to do, what I thought he would want us to do. And it's different when you're, spend the whole week, preparing to, call defenses, and all of a sudden you get something else that's on your plate. So, look, it was a challenging night, but a very fulfilling and rewarding night. But we won a football game in the National Football League, and we don't have time for a bunch of fairy tale stories or anything like that. I mean, it's let's get ready for Miami.
Maybe if I could kind of follow up on that. fairy tale storyline. Obviously, I think people that cover this team and know football know the job you've done as defensive coordinator, but that was a nationally televised primetime game last night. You know, Trevor Siemian joked that after his start, he got like 200 text messages. Do you have like cousins from Texas coming out of the woodwork to congratulate you, or have you been kind of business as usual?
Yeah, look, I mean, certainly, I received a lot of text, but and it's greatly appreciated. But again, you know, we're sitting here in the middle of you know, a playoff chase, and we really got to just focus in on doing our job and winning the next one. I just told the players downstairs, you know, that you know, when you start paying too much attention to everybody that's patting you on the back, you know, the next thing you know, you're going to turn around and there'll be somebody that's going to be kicking you in the butt. So that's the way our league works, and so we just got to stick to the process, understand the plan, and focus in now on making the corrections from last night and moving on to Miami.
Speaking of national television, the TV cameras caught Tom Brady having some words towards Brian Nielsen. Did you see that? What did you make of that situation?
I did not see that. I didn't even know about that till you know, after the game. Actually, when I talked to Sean after the game, he was asking me about it, and I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know. I must have been focused on something else, so I was unaware of that until after the game.
Yeah, it was like right after CJ's interception.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't pay much attention to it.
Oh, good. I was just giving you context. Thanks.
DA, how have you seen Marcus Davenport evolve over the last couple of years, just in terms of his mindset, even his play on the field? It looks like he's just very strong out there. I don't know if that's maybe new compared to what he was, you know, a couple of years back.
Well, I think a couple things. I think, you know, number one, you know, he was able to spend his time with us in the off season, and I think he's in the best mind frame that he's been in since he's been with us. And I think he's been one of our most disruptive players. He's done a better job of being able to finish this year. And so you're seeing a few more of the stats this year that maybe you hadn't seen in the past. But he's just continued the progression. You know, a lot like we thought in this building. I know there's maybe a lot of people outside the building that expected to see something different, but I've just seen a player that continues to get better year in and year out. I got time for about one or two more, guys. All good?
I think that might be all we had. Thanks. Yeah.
Okay, guys. I appreciate it. Take